How to create a timesheet from start to finish after a candidate has been placed on assignment on a contract job in Tracker RMS. Once a candidate has been placed in the Working tab or changed their status to on billing or on assignment, you're going to want to go into their placement record and update their job dates and fees. Here, those fields are listed on our Financials tab. Keep in mind, yours might be located in a different section of the placement records, but you will have this available. You're going to want to go in and edit their start date and also edit the end date for this contract. Once there, you'll then need to update their pay rate for the job and update their charge rate. If overtime pay rates and charge rates apply, please enter those as well. Once you've done that, you'll want to save your placement record, and then we're going to want to update the job with these specific dates and fees. To do that, click on the Action button in the top right corner, then come down and update job dates and values. Here you'll see the dates show what we've entered onto the placement record as well as the rates. Once I hit yes, you'll hit OK now that the job has been updated. You can go ahead now and close out that placement record, and then you'll want to make sure to hit Save Only so the dates and fees save on the job itself. Now that the job's dates and fees have been updated and your candidate's information has been updated, you'll want to convert this job into a project or assignment, depending on what your database calls that. Over on the right-hand side, you'll click on the Action menu and then come down to the Convert option. Again, your database might be named slightly differently. It might say Convert to Project or Convert to Assignment or whatever you have listed in your database. You'll go ahead, click the Convert. It'll ask you if you're sure. Click on Yes. And now that this job has been converted, it is now a brand new active assignment or project. And I can view it by clicking on the Yes. Now that this assignment and or project has been created, we're going to want to take a look at the tasks that are available and be able to assign them out to the candidate. That way they can schedule time against those tasks. To get there, I'm going to click on the Tasks and Activities tab. Keep in mind, your system might be slightly different. They might be on a different tab or situated differently once you are on that tab. Here at the top, you'll see our planning tasks, and at the bottom, you'll see our assignment team. Yours might be called a project team and maybe above the planning tasks. The assignment team are the candidates that are available to work on this position, and they will be the ones we'll be assigning these tasks to so they can enter time on their timesheet. In our demo system here, we have created some default tasks that automatically appear every single time you convert a job to a project. You'll see them listed here. You have the capability of doing the same thing, so please do find our video on how to create default tasks in projects. If you do not have default tasks or would like to add a task, once you're inside the assignment or project here, you'll click on the green Add Task button. Here, you can add a new task by naming it. You can also come down and add the expected start date, which was going to be April 1st, and the expected end date was going to be January 1st, 2020. You can then decide whether this task should be billable and what rate we should be using when we're billing for this task. Is it the standard or overtime rate that you've added into the placement record? Or you can add a separate pay rate or charge rate here if it is not one of those two. Don't forget, we also give you the capability to add rollover time to tasks. So if somebody is entering tasks to hours worked and you would like it to roll over to overtime, here is where you can set that up. Once you have everything set up the way you would like it, go ahead and hit OK, and you'll see that task appear here. Now that the tasks have been created, you'll go ahead and go into the placement record for the candidate. On the timesheet tab, you'll see the tasks that are available to apply to this candidate. Here is where you can check them off and assign them to the candidate. Now keep in mind, if you have default tasks that show up on every single job, but do not apply to every single candidate, only check off the timesheet tasks that the candidate should be allowed to schedule time against. Now that the tasks are set to the candidate, you can also adjust the timesheet settings right above those tasks. Here you'll see whether the timesheet is on or off. If their effort is full on this one project, and how they'll show up in the planner if they're not full. Next is going to be the clock in and clock out. Now, many of these are set up in the back end as a default, but can be changed from candidate to candidate on each project. The clock in, clock out allows for different times to be added when a candidate comes in or leaves. Or you have the option to do units of time only. Units of time would allow them just to add hours into that timesheet. It is up to you and the company that they're working for which option you would like. Don't forget, you can also change the day that the week starts for this candidate on this project by coming to the Week Starts On drop-down menu and changing it here. Once you've made all your updates, you're going to want to go ahead and hit Save and Close to save that setting. To view what the candidate would see and to double check your work, you'll see under the Assignment Team heading, all the way over on the right-hand side, a timesheet icon. Here, you can click on the timesheet icon, and it will allow you to view what the candidate will see when they log in to their timesheet. If this is the first time you've placed this candidate and they've never added time onto one of our timesheets, you have one more step to complete. That step is sending out an email to the candidate that gives them the portal URL that they'll need to log into to view their timesheet, as well as their login credentials. To do that, you'll close this timesheet here and come down to the candidate and hit the down arrow next to the placement record. You'll then come down and hit Open Candidate Record to get into that candidate record. In our system, the portal details are listed on the Back Office tab. Here you'll see candidate portal information with the portal username as well as the portal password. On the right-hand side, you're going to want to make sure that Enter Timesheets is turned on for yes. And if you'd also like them to be able to enter expenses, you'll want to turn that on as well. To send that email out so they have their details, go to the Action menu on the right-hand side and click on Send an Email. Inside the Template section on the right-hand side, click on that and find your template that allows you to send out the portal login details. Once I click on this, you'll see here, this is a personalized email to Adam, giving his username and his password, as well as a link to click here in order to gain access to the portal. Once we send this off, we'll know that he now has the ability to get into the portal and add any time that he needs as long as he is working. This is how you create a timesheet from start to finish in Tracker RMS.